Hello everyone and welcome back for another episode of Diablo 3. We are back running more legendary, Greater Rifts. We're running at Torment 13. It's survivable. We're not very big on the whole killing aspect. Our kill speed could be faster. But we'll push on with this and see if we can do it in time. I'm pretty certain we're going to be able to. It's just a matter of actually managing our skills to make sure we're constantly keeping up the damage buffs we need. And occasionally waiting for that convention of elements to tick around. I thought that there was some kind of elite over here. No, there was one. And we've killed it. Alright. Well, that's a really pleasant thing. Yeah, it's just a question of whether we're going to be able to do it in time. But we won't know that until we try, and then the more we do it, the more powerful we'll get, and so the easier it gets, etc, etc. But I'm really going to be hammering the reckless aspect of the way I play in order to do this. That hurt a bit, but not much. Oh yeah, this feels fine. And with pylon effects lasting twice as long, thanks to Cormac's equipment, this is actually going to be fine for quite a while. Look at how long we've got left on that. That's also going to be shield pylons and everything, so the incentive is always going to be for us to be pushing forwards, looking to combine as many benefits as we can. This whole area is a bit dangerous. Let's temporarily, tactically reposition ourselves. The joy of being a wizard, we can just teleport around everywhere, especially with the 4-piece firebird set bonus. Okay, well, we've lost the channeling pylon bonus, but we're now so far ahead on the time, I'm really not worried about the prospect of us not succeeding. Oh no, we've had one of those traps on our feet. Whatever we can... Oh, yeah, we can teleport. Speed pylon will actually make things a bit harder for us, but I want it because of the elite mob that will spawn in. I mean, it won't make it much harder for us. It's just going to be we're not going to get the Aquila Cuirass bonus. Which, if I'm honest, I don't feel like we need. Now we've got the Firebird's damage reduction constantly on. Might need to pause for a second just to get our resources back now and then, but... as long as we keep gaining levels, that's also not an issue. I think he tried to charge us. I think there was a definite charge attempt in there. And it didn't really work, not due to a lack of trying, but due to the fact that he burned up. No, we're actually out of arcane power. Yeah. So, as I was saying, speed pylons can make things a little bit harder for us. So maybe I should occasionally be holding off. It's not going to last forever, but it's lasting long enough. Just to give it a moment to refresh and recharge. Ooh, conduit. I see you. Great thing about this is we can move on quickly while we've got the conduit because our teleport cooldown is non-existent. Just keep face tanking him and dragging him down. We got a whole bunch of stuff from this. Let's have a look and see if any of it's interesting. Molten Wildebeest Gizzard, maybe, but right, Point's going to go into Taguk. It looks like we've got the Hydra boots. Looks like we've got replacement Tal's gloves. Shard of Hate. Nothing is really spectacular in there. But what is spectacular is the number of levels we got from that. Look at that. 18 levels. Making us even tankier and a little bit tougher. I think we'll keep our current Tal's gloves. Obviously, we're going to replace them at some point, but that's not going to be urgent. And the witching hour, yeah. Okay, so Typhon's booties, spare gloves, Molten Wildebeest Gizzard, that comes across here. I think Primordial Soul we've already got one of. Yep. Shard of Hate we've already got one of. Leoric's Crown we've already got one of. The Sledge can just go. The Witching Hour. So this can all just get salvaged up. Okay, Kadala. Chest pieces. No, Kadala. We can try upgrading. We've probably got plenty of Death's Breaths. 29, so we can do one. I'm going to hold on to it for when we're eventually doing Avaricia. Let's put it over here. I'll probably forget about it. No, actually, let's put it in there. Actually, you can wear it now. You can wear it now. So yeah, we'll just be getting rich. And we can also upgrade his gems as much as possible. Probably done slightly too many. Oh no, not quite. Alright, so you're wearing this, you're wearing this, and you're wearing this. All of them not interesting, but we will look to improve them over time. And that's up to 16.51, so it's not amazing, but it is okay. In here, dropping those off, and we're going to jump back in and do another greater rift. This one, we can afford to empower, so hooray on that. That was a bit of a rush right at the start. Luckily we are highly mobile, as I've said a few times, and all the levels we're getting are making us tankier. So I don't worry so much as long as we can get our initial combustion stack on things, which is just pointing and clicking, really. It's not like we're going to get ambushed by anything without combustion stacks. Yeah, burn them all. The only thing that would make this better is if I was exploding at the same time, but you can't have everything you want in life, can you? There is a conduit just inside. I think this is going to be our first conduit since we've had the improved time on it. Actually, no, it's not. We have had one already. Literally coat the screen with death. That's what we're doing here. Now this place is always a little bit of a maze, but there are some formulaic structures that you can see going on in there. So once you know which map segment you're in that's being generated, you know where things are going to go. So this is actually just leading back where we were. There is plenty of mobs for us to kill in here. But after that we're going to want to very quickly spin around to the far corner. So, teleport. So mobile. I think I'll get rid of the decoys on the teleport. It would be nice if we had more than two, if they were all permanently sticking around, but I just don't think it's really going to do what we need. Where are we going? We're actually heading down this way, okay.
Not ready yet.
Channeling pylon, lovely. Give it to me. Get you hit by a black hole, stand out of your horrible stuff. And pick up these bits over here. As soon as it ticks around to fire, that damage skyrockets. Convention of elements doing the work that needs to be done. Yeah, so we've got those 3 different damage reductions. If we were to switch across to focus and restraint, we would do more consistent damage, which is probably better for us. But we would most of the time lose that damage reduction from the Halo of Greenie. I say most of the time because it's not always on, but it's on often enough, and it is 80% damage reduction. So between that and firebirds, it's pretty significant. We could always put Halo of Greenie in the queue, but then we wouldn't be able to do the whole multi-set thing. So we'll have to see. I mean, obviously that would be if we find focus and restraint. And once we're at that point, we might be so tough in terms of like durability, resistances and things that we don't care about that damage reduction. We'll also be getting some damage reduction from the Mantle of Channeling. So between them, that might be enough to offset it. Who knows? Who knows? It's all theory crafting at the moment. It's good to have ideas and plans for where you might take a build. And I honestly wouldn't have thought that we'd be having Energy Twister as a viable skill in a Firebird build. But apparently we are. Everything dead? I think everything's dead. Ooh, hello, speed pilot. Yeah, we can do you as well. Oh, cool. Perfect. That hurt a little bit, but we're just fine with it. Okay, what do we got? We got shoulders, we got a sword. Esoteric alteration, which means we're still getting legendary gems. Okay, points go into Taguk. So we are now getting the armor bonus from that. I'm going to start on Bane of the Stricken until we get it up to the same point.
I need to go back.
It doesn't look like we've got anything really interesting from that. But we did get another ton of levels. So arcane power, crit chance, armor, and life per hit. All of it helping out. Oh, game. Why do you tempt me with things? I do love a good arcane orb. I do, but we're not doing that. You're coming across Typhon's shoulders. Would have much preferred more Firebird bits, but what are you gonna do? Thunder God's Vigor comes in. Esoteric alteration. The Slanderer. I don't think we would ever use it. I will store it just because it's interesting. And Kadala, chest pieces.
That is too expensive.
That is a shame. Right, I believe we've used up all of our... Oh no, we've got one Greater Rift Keystone left. We have not used them all up. Well, let us hop in and... Oh yes, because we got 3, didn't we? That's the advantage of running at higher difficulty levels. Let's run in and we'll do another one. I can't believe we're running Torment 13 with what amounts to quite a janky setup. But it's a janky setup that's working well enough. A Tal set without boosting meteors. Firebird set, which is only partial. Energy Twister. These things should not go together, yet they are working surprisingly well. Okay, you guys all gone. The Tagok stacks go pretty damn quickly, which is a shame, but it's understandable. It's really for when we're doing the whole stand and face the enemy moments. But we do have time to like cast the occasional other skill in between. Or teleport around, reposition. And they build up fast enough as well. It also means we've got enough to be able to suffer the occasional knockback. So, you know, going up against something that just wallops you across the screen, you're not going to lose your stacks immediately. What's this actually? Conduit pylon. Lovely. I think we're just going to move on. Let's kill this guy just in case we need to retreat. I'm not sure if they defy all reason. I mean, if you end up with like a massively oversized Avenger thing, then yeah, sure you could say that. It's like, how are they standing up? How are these things working? What's going on? Okay, resources are not a problem while we've got the channeling pylon. I think they're trying to hurt us. It's not really working. I'll tell you what, I'm actually quite glad that we've got that extra life on our kit. You know what we could do? We could wear St. Archie's Gauge and like with a combination of massive damage reduction. No, that's just silly. We're not going to do that. was thinking like push up a massive shield and just see how long it can work for, but really that's not a smart move. There's no need for us to do that. It would just be to see if we could get a meta shield thing in place. Only to satisfy curiosity, if anything else. Because it wouldn't even really be a practical build. Yeah, you get huge amounts of defensive capability, but you can't kill anything. It's not really worth much. Okay, this does connect back up, but I don't mind wiping them out just before we catch up with the main path again. Okay, back we go. Because we move quickly. Ooh, we actually got frozen. I was not paying a full amount of attention. That hurt a little bit, but really a little bit is not much. More shoulders, more gloves. Ice Blink. And another sword. Maybe that one's going to be Death Wish.
I may be able to help you.
Typhon's gloves. Ooh, firebird shoulders. We can re-roll them into something better. Well, not better. Something different, like a chest piece or leg piece. There's no need for us to do that just yet, because without another piece, we're not going to do the transition across. Our leveling is slowing down, which is fine. That's hilarious. So we have an ancient rhyme heart, which is great. Firebird shoulders are really actually quite nice, but I'm not going to use them because otherwise I'll get used to all of those stats and then we'll get in trouble. Right, I will store them there for now. Typhon's claws, better Typhon's claws that is. Ice Blink is one of the ranked ones, so that comes down here. Ancient Leoric's crown, because that's actually a really good thing. If you want to go Legacy of Nightmares, that's a good choice. And these are just going to get salvaged up. Let's talk to Kadala about the chest pieces. Hey! Alright. Now we need to potentially swap the shoulders across. Let's ask for trousers first.
I can't afford that.
Okay. We don't have the Death's Breaths. So running a regular rift will give us Death's Breaths. And then we can try and re-roll these shoulders into legs or gloves. Those are the only options. Legs or gloves is what they would need to be. Let's salvage up what we've got and then we'll go hunting for Death's Breaths. And we might, this episode, be able to switch across to proper firebird burn, 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 burn. That's a technical term. You and your fire chains. And you're frozen, no thank you. Okay, it's 10 death breaths each time we want to to change its type. So obviously the more we get, the more chances we'll have of doing it and getting something that we want. We might get it first time, but we can't guarantee it. Yeah, this place with its little sand... That sand, like, barrier is not going to stop a disintegrate beam. No way. Now, of course, it's an arcane one, so it's probably got a magical component. Maybe that's what disperses it. But I still think it's pretty damn cheeky. Plenty more death breaths. This place is actually going pretty quickly, considering how slowly the last one of these went. Those bunch of levels that we've gained have really made quite the difference. Wait, does that extends down that way, doesn't it?
Need more time.
Hello, guys. No thank you on the fire chains. As much as we do have a large amount of it. That was hilarious. I love Avengers and how they get larger when they get their friends killed. Yeah, as much as we've got the huge damage reduction, I still don't want to get hit by any of that stuff. Now, at the moment, we're using the Halo of Greedy. If we were to switch that across to Unity, we could get rid of our Storm Armor skill, because it wouldn't really be helping us anymore. We could swap it over for something with a bit more utility. Of course, we would then need one more Unity, because we've already got one, but we'd also need Cormac to have his proper Templar relic. But it does mean that this build isn't done in terms of thinking of what we can and can't do. There's plenty of options. Or we could double down on getting another defensive skill. Potentially magic weapon deflection, generating shield as we're constantly blatting stuff. What's up, Amos? You got your breakfast. I'll show you where it is after the episode. There's loads of mobs coming from all directions. It was getting a little bit painful underfoot. Definitely not keen on standing on that level of poison. That'll probably be the biggest change when we do switch across to firebirds, is we're going to lose quite a lot of our resistance. So things might feel a lot more deadly, but everything should be dying faster. That's the plan. Dying faster and more consistently. Come on, give me elite mobs. I want those death breaths. one. No, thank you. I will temporarily relocate up here. I will grab all of that, though. Give me that diamond, too. And we're going to want to touch this as well and get these guys out. Sure, if you want me over here, I'll be over here. It makes no difference to me where I fight you from. All I care about is those delicious death breaths. And the fact that I'm going to be able to re-roll those shoulders. Hopefully it's something worthwhile, but you know. Obviously we will be at the mercy of the RNG. I didn't even see that there was an elite in there. I suppose it was a champion pack rather than an elite. But I use the same interchangeable term for both groups. And if you've watched me for any length of time, you'll almost certainly know that. Let's stand over here just for a second. Grab those death breaths.
Need more time.
That was actually quite a little bit painful. That was probably a lot of ranged stuff that came in there. Yeah, arrows from these guys.
Still waiting.
Almost Rift Guardian time. Oh, look at his health going down. Let's not stand on that. Okay, we have plenty of death breaths. Let's town portal back. Don't care about killing this guy. We get that extra shield around us as we're town portaling. Just have a quick look at what we picked up there, but I think that might have been another unity in there actually. No, it's Creed's Flame. Squirt's Necklace, good choice. If we weren't using towels, I might be tempted. That's gonna come across here. Do we already have Schaefer's Hammer? No, we don't. Okay, all of this is going to get salvaged up. Then we will ask Kadala for...
Anything could happen.
No. Let's do the re-rolling first. So, over here, this is what we want to be wearing. This is what we want to re-roll. Convert set item. We can do 4 tries. And we get it first time. Okay, so we're losing a little bit on damage. We're losing a little bit on toughness. We are gaining on recovery. I'm fine with that as a trade. We're losing a little bit on damage, a little bit on toughness again. But there's space for us to re-roll those things. So we gain 5,000% increased damage while Ignite is applied to a target. Hitting an ignited enemy with a non-channeling fire spell deals ignite damage multiplied by combustion stacks. So Energy Twister is changing over to Gale Force. And this is going to be like our key damage dealer. I'm going to keep the existing other skills just for the moment, because we're going to want those. Let's take our gems out, and we'll just see how quickly we can kill things now. I'll just put them in exactly as they are, actually. No, I'll do one upgrade. Seeing as it's right here, it'd be foolish not to. Okay. So this is now the six-piece firebird and 4-piece towel. So we're still getting resistances boosted by things. Unfortunately, we're going to have to think about if that's really giving us any benefit. It probably won't be. So now we can look at retiring the remaining Taos bits, but that's going to be a conversation for another time. So this comes across here. This is the best ones going in there. Drop these off, and let's just have a little experiment. We don't have time to run a full rift, but we can have a little look. It doesn't really feel like it's doing what I think. So what we might do is we might change Blizzard across. Yeah, you have to actually cast the spell. Okay, we're going to change Blizzard across. Energy Twister is not going to help us with this. I mean, it's amusing, but it's not going to help. So Blizzard is changing across to Apocalypse, and this is how we're going to trigger the damage. Just like that. So I can work with this. It does mean that the convention of elements is a lot less useful. Now we could still potentially... Yeah, we've got a lot of things to think about here. We could still potentially use Energy Twister. Change it off the fire one onto the regular one. Try and have it sit in place. Really, I'd like it to sit in place and be fire, but that's not going to happen. I mean, that just went super fast. When it does tick around, it really ticks around. Although, yeah, I mean, it is because of the pylon we picked up. It's not just us doing lots of extra damage. We probably also want to change over our black hole to the fire one to assist even more with that. Okay, so Halo of Carini we'll get rid of. Convention of Elements we'll get rid of, and we'll go Focus and Restraint. If we're going focus and restraint, then I'll probably need spectral blades back. I mean, it does clear things out quickly when the going is good. The damage bonus from Talset is really actually quite surprising, because it was across the board as well, not just focused on the fire skills.
Still waiting.
Felt like everything was getting the benefit of it. Yeah, I feel like we're spending more resources. I mean, that's for certain. That's going to be just down to our kit having changed. So we want to have a look at that. Improve our resource cost reduction. That's going to come from our belt, actually. But yeah, we're still able to run at this level. It's just not as efficient, which is a bit of a shame. It's almost certainly going to need us to switch around our gear. So if we do move away from Energy Twister, that means we've got space available for both our cube item, which we're using, and our main hand and our off hand.
More time.
Yeah, because Energy Twister is going to be doing 5,000% increased damage rather than 80,000% increased damage. So the difference is pretty monumental.
I'm so good, I astound myself.
And getting one more piece of Talset won't be enough to sway that that balance. We would need 2 more pieces, and we just don't have the space for them. It's a shame that the teleport skill doesn't have like a fire explosion. It's got wave of force, which is arcane. But if it did, we could use teleport offensively, which would be a little bit funny. Actually, Blizzard isn't doing the damage I want it to. Energy Twister is. So am I better off just casting Energy Twister on top of mobs? I mean, that damage there, that was Energy Twister. I'm going to have to do a little bit of experimenting. Yeah, that was Energy Twister as a nuke on it. So does this count as... I'm going to need to read what it says. Hitting an ignited enemy with a non-channeling fire spell deals ignite damage multiplied by combustion stacks. This is a non-channeling fire spell. Yet it doesn't seem to be triggering it. So what could we change this across for? We could change it across for Meteor. We could change it across for Hydra. Wave of Force Heat Wave. Let's try it. That's not terrible. That is not terrible. Oh my god, we are exploding at things, just not the way I would have expected. Oh my word. This feels so janky. This is hilarious. Of course, we actually need the combustion stacks on them in order to make it work. But teleport in the middle, get a wave of force going. We're definitely going to want to change our black hole over, I think. I know we have gone a little bit long on this this episode, but we're so close to the Rift Guardian. I feel like we kind of have to push on with it. Yeah. So Blizzard wasn't working. That much is certain. Wait, I just thought, have I turned myself into a mini Archon? In doing this, is that the move the Archon makes? It's like disintegration wave, isn't it? I'm an Archon without being Archon. And without any of the problem responsibilities that go with being an Archon. This is actually quite good though, because it's not draining our resources that much. So I could take Energy Twister off. Yeah, I could easily take Energy Twister off. And because we're either teleporting or we're wave of forcing. No, thank you. I'm going to stand up here, then come down and hit you again. Yeah, we're teleporting or we're disintegrating. So we're constantly disintegrating. So I think it would probably be fine. Okay, let's have a look. Black hole. We'll change you across to Blazer. Energy Twister, you're no use to us now. So you are going to become... magic weapon. Magic weapon deflection. Let's get that whole shield thing going. And teleport fracture's been funny, but I think let's go for Calamity and get some stun action in there. That is unfortunately all going to be next time that we get to test this out, though, because we are way out of time for this episode. Thank you very much for coming along, everyone. I do hope you have enjoyed this. As always, if you have, be sure to give a big thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do so, and you'll be told when the next episode goes live. Otherwise, I'll see you next time for another episode of Diablo 3. See you soon.